So somewhere around the early days of February, I was in drama class, and I still am, and we had come across a new unit called miming. Miming is where you couldn't talk or use any props whatsoever. For example, if you're in a funeral, you could cry as you look down into a pit for no apparent reason. And so we had practiced methods of miming, like limiting your surroundings based on what you're miming, like a car, and guiding your audience so that they understand what you're doing and where you are, like you're inside of a prison trying to escape. Until we got to one part of the unit where I was within a group, which was already a bad thing since that could mean one of two things. Either it means that I have to do everything on my own, or it means that I have to do everything on my own. Either way, it meant it was going to be very hard. But this time, it was so much harder than watching a minute of One Girl, One Cup while drinking chocolate milk. As for this time, my partner and I had to act out a fight scene while using a feather, which was by far the most fun thing I've done in class, but at the same time, the worst thing I've done in class, only due to my partner. Although I was already used to just like carrying my team when it came to these type of projects. No disrespect to him, but I'm sure acting wasn't your strong point. But god damn did this guy fucking suck at getting punched. Since this was an acting unit, we didn't really punch one another, but I didn't know how terrible this fighting performance would have been until we actually started practicing it. So our plot for the fight was that there was a shady businessman, this shady businessman being my partner, that had a briefcase with money and a gun inside. And so he was walking down an alleyway in like Manhattan or something like that until he bumped into me, the drunk homeless man. And then me, being the homeless man, as he bumps into me, I get aggravated and throw a few hook punches. Hook punches? Hookers? Anyway, we're supposed to throw some hookers at one another. At which, being the antagonist I am, I was supposed to lose, but every time I had thrown a hooker at him from like the left side of his face, instead of like going with the punch, he would just go towards the punch. And it always screwed things over, like, oh my god, why? The whole scene would have been so cool. It would have been an Oscar award play. It was like having a, what's a good Hollywood director? Good Hollywood director, Steven Spielberg. It was like having Steven Spielberg direct a movie with an actor from a Cat in the Hat Netflix remake. Later, I had to throw a rock at him and miss. Then he put his pretend suitcase on the ground and act like he has a gun in his hand. But I had made it so that when he, being the businessman that he is, was unable to like shoot with the gun because he was too inexperienced and he was too scared to use it. I then should have slapped it out of his hand so he couldn't use it again. So then he rammed himself into me once I did that, and he used the feather to tickle me by the neck, and he threw two hookers at me, and then a final uppercut like a Smash Bros. Final move. That was the whole scene that we had to do. It was around 2-3 minutes, so it was pretty fine. And he himself wasn't really the best actor when it came to the other stuff, but I could have worked with it. But never in my life have I worked with someone who literally could not move their head the right way, and it messed up the whole damn fucking thing. Showtime was around the corner, and our teacher gave us the opportunity to play like music at the background of the play. Me, chose this song. It's called Hall of the Mountain King. Thank you. Now that you know the name of the song, the applause isn't necessary. You know what is though? Subscribers, please subscribe to me, I like it. Anyway, we had used this song for the fight. Him, being the businessman, walked in from the left side of the stage and checks his briefcase and everything like that. Looks very shady, looks left and right, as if he's about to get caught by the IRS or something like that. When he cued for me to walk in by tapping his wrist, I staggered in from the right side of the stage like a real-life drunkard. I swear, Hollywood, you might as well just hire me as like an S-list actor. That is a tongue twister. The audience almost confused me for Ryan Reynolds because of just how great my acting was. Plus, I'm hot as fuck. I bumped into him and then I started attacking him. Despite our practice, he did not change his like head moving habits at all. The whole thing went south and he literally like put his face into my fist. Thankfully, I barely scratched him and I only like touched his chin And so I then stopped the 3 hooks I was supposed to throw at him. We tried to continue the acting halfway through, but I forgot to throw a rock at him because I forgot what I was supposed to do. Only because the whole time I was supposed to be practicing my stuff in lines, I would have to teach this guy how to use his fucking head literally. How to literally use his fucking head when it came to hits. We were on the opposite ends of the stage and we had literally no idea what to do. I told him while on stage, yeah, I know, the whole point of the project, to not talk, and I literally whispered to him on stage to use the gun. He did, and I acting the slapping part out of the gun from his hand pretty easily, right? And then he had rammed into me, tickled my neck with the feather, which is what was supposed to happen. He threw two very terrible hookers, and then he used the final uppercut, Smash Bros. Final move with like some decency at least. The audience liked it only because they had no fucking clue what was supposed to happen. We did. The group, me and this partner, knew none of that was supposed to happen. Anyway, I'm still friends with the guy, it's just that I don't want to work with him anymore.